Hello everybody. In this, my second ever episode of Motherhood to Middlehood, I wanted to talk about nutrition, my food shopping and my organisation around that, my day and nighttime routine that so far seems to be working quite well with my anxiety, and a check-in because I realised after my last video, and I sort of forget that my friends can see this. I sort of feel like I'm talking anonymously to the whole world. And so, but I share it on my Facebook post because I want to help other people that are going through it. And I know clients and things that struggle with it as well. And they're on my Facebook post. So, or on my friends list. But I've also got really good lovely friends that watch the video as well, and I've had a couple of people messaging me saying, oh, big hugs, I'm sorry about your anxiety. So I wanted to check in and let you know that actually it's past. The protocols that I'm doing seem to be, thankfully, touch wood, working and are in place. So I'm in a good place, feeling uplifted and strong and a little bit like I can take on the world, which is really, really brilliant. And I'm really grateful for that. So that's a little word for all of those who were worried about me. And thank you. I really appreciate you, first of all, watching the video. Secondly, reaching out to give me those virtual hugs. It's really, really sweet of you. But for now, let's dive on in. So let's talk nutrition. Now, I am by no means a nutritional therapist, and I actually see a nutritional therapist, Fiona, who's amazing, and I am going to ask her at some point if I can interview her for the YouTube channel, because she's just so clever and got so much brilliant information. But a book that she recommended for me that I've been using as my Bible is the Quick Roasting Tin, but it's called The Roasting Tin, and she's got a few different books within the range, and Fiona and I have swapped. So she borrowed this one and I borrowed hers, and it was the World Roasting Tin. Excuse me. So lots of flavours from all around the world, and so I've marked things that I know that William will enjoy. So let me give you an example of something that we both love. And actually, I posted a picture of this while I was cooking it. So it's a peanutty beef, soy sauce, almost like a stir fry, but you just prepare it, put it in the oven. If you want to do rice with it, I would eat that on its own without any carbs. But my son needs carbs. He's a growing lad. So yeah, I give him noodles or rice to go with it, and if he's having some, I'll have some too. But yeah, sweet chili peanut beef with red peppers, sweet corn and spring onions. It's delicious and it's so easy. And often I'll phone him to say, right, I'm on my way home. I'll have prepped it in the morning and just left it in the oven. And so I'll phone him and say, turn the oven on, so that as I then get home, I can just dish everything up. Perfect. And my other tip that I do, I shop at Tesco's, and they've got the Club Card Plus. So you pay $7.99 a month subscription fee, but you get 10% off 2 shops. So I only go shopping every 2 weeks now, and I'll plan. I've got 2 weeks worth of meals written down, and then I'll go through the cupboards to see out of those meals what I've got, what I need, and then that goes on a list that I take to the supermarket. And as we eat the meal, I'll cross it off the list. I'm so ridiculously organised, but it really helps. It so cuts out all the faff of what should we eat. So then I walk around the co-op finding stuff that's on a whoopsie, I call it, like on a discount. So then I'm eating stuff that actually isn't really good for me, not really nutritionally valuable, and then I start cheating. So for me to do this meal prep, we've got some HelloFresh. Every now and again I subscribe to those, and I've kept the recipe cards from that. So I might go through. Often you need to add more veg because there's not enough veg within it. But they again, swapping through and getting ideas. And there are days, I will do a freezer quick dinner, so fish fingers and beans or chicken nuggets. I'll have that sort of stuff in the freezer, and so as my fresh stuff starts to run out, and I'm not going shopping for another couple of days, then it will be a baked bean and freezer meal. But again, I know it's not the best, but baked beans still are quite valuable nutritionally. They're good for us as pulses. So I just think it's fine. So yeah, just get a bit more organised. Sit down the day before you go shopping or the morning of going shopping, or if you do it on the internet, however you do it, just get a couple of good recipe books that you really enjoy, and just mark through them and think, oh, I haven't had that in a while, right, what do I need, and get organised. And then it just streamlines life and it makes me feel quite smug. I love when I've just done shopping. Often there's not enough cupboard space for everything that I've ordered, but I get this real sense of satisfaction that the cupboards are full and I'm prepped for 2 weeks. It's like, relax, now I can concentrate on other things. So that's my top tip for nutrition as far as you can as a non-nutritional therapist. Just get a bit organised. It really helps. And now my last top tip for you is my protocols that I've been doing day and night. So every morning, the CBD brothers, I have talked about their products before, and I must get in touch with them because they're so helpful. Their shop is actually in Bury St Edmunds, and I've popped in there, and he had so much time for me and talked to me through the products, the whys and the wherefores, and I'll maybe link that video that I talked about their products rather than going over it again. But fascinating. And I bought loose leaf tea, some CBD gummies, and this balm. Originally for clients, I thought I'd make a treatment out of it, but actually I never did sort of get around to that. And this balm, all the products I've been using on myself, it's like my future self knew that I might need them, and so bought them. So this balm is 300 milligrams of CBD. I don't know enough about it to know if that's that very strong. I think it is. It's got no smell. It's quite hard and sort of waxy, so I have to scoop it out with the back of my finger, and then I massage it on just where my ribs join, and I think that's the stomach under there, and that tends to be where my tightness, acid reflux, or whatever this thing is that I get going on, and the anxiety, it all sort of stems from there. And so this seems to really just sort of melt it away. It's fascinating. My lovely client has given me his leftover CBD balm before, and it's almost like a muscle balm for muscle aches and pains, and I used to use it on my legs when I was cycling, being competitively fit. And so it's a bit Tiger Balm-esque, and so would sort of tingle hot cold, and then the CBD would get in and do its thing. This doesn't have any of that. I don't think I'd like it on my tummy when I'm anxious. If it went all hot and cold and tingly, I think it would draw my attention to it rather than soothe it. So this is sort of flavourless, no smell or anything. So it feels anonymously soothing, which I really, really like. So that's every morning. It's beside my bed. Before I get out of bed in the morning, I'll just massage it in, take some nice deep breaths, and sort of think affirmations of being calm, strong, and it's working really well. And then at night, before I go to bed, there's this essential oil blend called Phytoprogessence Plus. And again, I think I've talked about this before. It's got wild birch extract, which is a natural estrogen or progesterone, can't remember. It mimics that in our bodies instead of using like a chemical version. So it's meant to be really good for helping us sleep. It balances the hormones. It almost is, and I need to do more research on this properly, it almost is the equivalent of using the HRT, whether it is the estrogen or progesterone one. So I've been putting that on. It's got frankincense and some other bits, so it's quite good for skin. So I sort of, once I've cleansed and toned and done whatever, I'll then just put it on my face and neck and just hold, and again take some nice deep breaths. I am calm, I am relaxed, I am happy, and then off I go to sleep or read for a while and then go to sleep. So yeah, that's working really well, and I feel like I can cope. That said, hopefully not too much information after I'm sharing so much. I've got my period, and often the lead up to a period is when I can get quite unsettled, whether that's in my stomach, my anxiety, physical, emotional, all of it. I can kind of unravel, and I've got my period, so that's often when I'm now charging and strong and ready to go. That said, I shouldn't be on my period yet. I shouldn't be on until like next week or another week away. But the perimenopause, hey, I've spotted quite heavily this whole couple of weeks, and it's so frustrating. It like dictates clothing, and you sort of have to think ahead all the time. What if? So yeah, it's faff. So at least I'm now over that and going to leap forwards with hopefully with gusto. So take care for now. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe. Please hit the like. Please comment if any of this resonates with you, because YouTube algorithms and stuff, it's nice. The more of you comment and subscribe, the more I feel like I'm being heard and sort of feels a bit less lonely. So thank you very much, and I will talk to you very, very soon.